Welcome.
Hey there.
Hi there.
Hey. We figured we'd talk together because we own our business together and work together 24/7. So I'm Hannah Edwards, my husband Alan Edwards. We own and operate Yonder down at 2720 Georgia Road. We are going on our second year being here in Franklin, and it's awesome. We decided that, and we could go anywhere, right? It's like we ended up in Franklin for some weird reasons, ended up loving it, mainly because it's beautiful, said, hey, we're gonna stay. So we bought an acre of land in town at 121 and 151 Hillcrest Avenue. There are 4 structures on that piece of land, and we are moving our business there, and we're gonna have like a produce market with fresh food because we are all locally sourced. We put a lot of our money back into this community, if y'all are not aware, and we do a really good job at that, and we don't have an 18-wheeler that pulls up and delivers any of our food, and we just really want to support Macon County as well as surrounding counties, just to feed people this awesome food that all these farmers have around here. But in addition to, I guess we have to have points here, but we wanted to introduce ourselves and let you know who we were.
We wanted to share an experience that we had opening a business in Macon County and in the town of Franklin. When we first opened 2 years ago, we rented the space. I outfitted it myself with a friend. We drove to Raleigh to get our ABC license. Got our ABC license, opened up, decided we support all local businesses. We support local farms. All our food comes from local farms. So with that in mind, we decided to also support a local brewery. And we made some friends at the Lazy Hiker, so we were serving their beer. We're a breakfast place, so we sold maybe a 6-pack a week. My wife and I walked in one day on our day off, and we were followed in by a man with a badge telling us that he was demanding an inspection at that moment. I recorded my conversation with him, and he backed down from that. And through that process, you can help me too.
We found out that there was an ordinance that Franklin has that technically y'all don't consider us a restaurant
because of the number of seats.
The number of seats that we have in our restaurant. So technically, I think we have to have 36 seats inside our business to be considered a restaurant. Right now, I don't know what we're considered as far as the town of Franklin goes. But basically, y'all took our beer license away, or somebody did.
We gave it up because we called the county commissioner. We first thought it was a county ordinance. We called the county commissioner. One county commissioner showed up. We don't need to say who it was, but only one of all of them that I called showed up. I spoke with the town manager, and they did help, and the chief of police came out and talked to us, and we tried to determine what was this ordinance. Why were we having to give up our beer license? And we never really got any clarity. And the only clarity that we ever really got was through a gentleman at the Lazy Hiker that provided us with an article from when the ordinance was passed, and it was just a sentence in the article. No code, we still don't know, but like I said, we only sold about 6 beers a week, so we thought, well, it's not even worth the hassle, so we'll give it up. But rather than have this resentment over that, we wanted to make the town council aware of what we were up against as a new business, just trying to understand and trying to do the right things, getting our permits, trying to find out the information that we needed to know.
And those permits are $1,000. And
Right.
we went and paid that money to then be told.
And it took us almost a year to get that money back. That we could have, we went through the permitting process with the town. That could have been brought up with the town. It could have been brought up with the state. It could have been brought up through the whole process, but it never was until someone followed us in on our day off with a badge and demanded that we wait there for inspection.
On
So-
another note, we have a patio out front of Yonder. If y'all have not been to our restaurant, please come. It's incredible. So we are on, like, we're in this parking lot technically, and our patio spills over into the black asphalt. Well, in the spring and summer, we have tons of tables out there because we only seat 26 people inside. So outside, to make more money, we like to have more tables outside. People love sitting out there. Well, someone came in maybe 3 weeks ago saying that if we want to continue to sell alcohol on our patio, that we need to rope an area off to make sure that it doesn't come to the black asphalt area. I guess the beer, or well, not beer, but the mimosa or whatever. And that's fine, but this is the first we're hearing of that too. And we're wondering what kind of rope, like, can we go just make something ourselves, or are y'all gonna require us to have like this specialty something?
Ms. Edwards, I think what we're going to have to do is to get with the Ordinance Review Committee and start clarifying some of what you're saying. You're bringing something up that I wasn't real familiar with, but it goes along with the conflicts between the state and local government on some of these alcohol laws. And I think the best thing to do is to bring this up in the Ordinance Review Committee, because we've got another situation similar.
Yeah, we just heard that. That's this month, because we have to renew our license as well in April, and we're really just almost throwing our hands up with it. Like, we don't drink alcohol. My husband and I could care less. But as far as the public goes, we want to make money. So
The one thing, Mr. Mayor, that I do
Yes.
think is worth mentioning in public is that I don't believe this is the restaurant, and I hate to sound like, the one office that sends you back to the one you just been at, but the restaurant definition is not in your local ordinances. The law enforcement activity they're talking about is not town activity, I don't believe. This has been state regulation and enforcement. And I think we'd be more than happy, and I think we are trying to help businesses that want to do this kind of thing figure out where the lines are, and be more than happy to discuss it with you.
Counselor, if my memory serves me correctly, the definition of a restaurant is a state statute, is it not?
Yes, I believe
That's what I'm thinking. Let us get with you at the Ordinance Review Committee. We'll notify you when we're going to meet and the time, and sit down and see if we can help you reconcile some of this.
Okay, and if you could also please help us with some clarity on a grease trap that y'all are going to require us to install at our new location. We are going to have some new construction, and this is going to be new for us because our existing place has a grease trap. We've been told from surrounding people, as well as Little Caesars, that that was a big challenge, and we're talking up to $8,500. And if we're gonna need to have that expense and budget for that expense to even do this project, then
Well, we'll need you to get with our engineers on that. I know, yes, ma'am, Madam Manager.
Mr. Mayor and Council, if I may, just to kind of address one of the concerns, because myself and our town planner has spent quite a bit of research on this, and if we have just a moment so they're not stuck waiting in limbo, waiting to the ordinance review, we're prepared to speak on that, just to clarify. So if I may, I'd like Justin
Please.
Setzer just to come up and clear at least one item that the council needs to understand that they would be faced with. So, Mr. Setzer?
So we had another business wanting to do something similar to what they're doing, and they were kind of running into the same thing. They were going to have like 24 seats. And come to find out, back when the town adopted alcohol by the drink in the 90s, they adopted, we allowed in restaurants, Class A hotels and motels, and private clubs only, is what it says. Only. The only is the key word. And so when we did that, when it says a restaurant, then you go by the state's requirement of the definition for a restaurant, which was a minimum of 36 seats, which is where they run into. So it wasn't something that like the town tried to do. They were just saying they're going to be a restaurants. And then probably one of those back in the 90s didn't realize what the definition, or the definition has changed along the way or something.
Well, there's only so many
Yeah.
options you have for
Yeah.
how you can have a local, and it's either Katie bar the door, open
Yeah.
your doors and serve alcohol to whoever you want to, which we didn't opt for that. It was a little more restrictive, hotels, motels, and Class A restaurants. But that's just the next option there's only so many options under state law.
So I mean, that's where you're at your, I would assume there would have to be a change in a vote somehow to allow, I think they probably would fall under eating establishments. Would be the definition of the ABC rules.
Okay.
We have that ability to change it, John?
By referendum.
Yeah.
Which it won't be an issue for us anymore. In our new location, we'll have 36 seats, so we're not even bringing it up because it's an issue for us. It's just
Well,
something that
right
we wanted the
now.
town council to be aware of because it's something that we experienced, so.
We'll look into it, and we'll get back with you on it.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate y'all.